Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got him. We've did it again. We have done it again. We did it. We got the new adventure series Grand Base by Kawada Construction Blocks. Obviously the box is not in a perfect state, but considering the circumstances, I think it's in a perfect state. This set was originally bought at Alex Drugstore for 102.6 florins, which is Dutch guilders. Originally from Williamstad, Curaçao, made its way all the way to the Netherlands. For you who know your history, Curaçao was a dependency, a colony of the Netherlands, and this is why it ended up there. It was sold in the United States and South America, all the way from Japan. Kawada, Diablock, very similar to lock blocks by Entex Industries. This was in the 1960s and 70s the Japanese alternative to Lego. Yes, you see some poly blocks, you see some poly influences, the big knobs. Also you see some what's the Spanish brand called? Tente. You see some Tente influences here, the wheels for instance. I guess these guys were all copying each other. Are we ready? I'm not even ready for this. Let's just check the box out first a little bit. This is the base. So beautiful. Advertising in 1960s, 70s. I mean, you know, what's this? A piece of sugar bread? Sugar bread mountain. It won't spoil the fun. Look, this kid is so happy. He is a Dia Cosmo. You see the link to Diablock there. Kind of connected brands. This is so beautiful. I can hardly believe that I bought it for 10 euros. I shouldn't even say that. Oh, very quickly, not the contents yet, but this, all of this is in here. You see the Lunar Explorer, communications vehicle, fighter jet, even a space helicopter. For you who don't know your history, space has helicopters. Of course, defense, missiles, and a lot more drilling going on, because this has to be a profitable operation. Raw materials need to be extracted from Sugar Bread Mountain. Sugar Bread Mountain already going a little bit off here at the bottom, so they need to hurry up. They need to drill for the sugar bread. And these guys in here controlling everything. Not the strongest point of the Diablock. Very, very boring figurines. Very, very terrible. But Japan. Very, very different system from Europe, and nobody knew about Lego's existence at that time yet. Perhaps. In any case, the Grand Base. I'm so sorry, but I can hardly contain my enthusiasm. The great reveal. I hope you're ready for this. Ta-da! Yes. So incredibly beautifully inlaid. Just look at the blue inlay. Fitting exactly the very specific items that are supposed to be in there. The ground force, and people, I've got only one hand. I'm very unprofessional. I'm filming with one hand and I've only got one hand left. I'm terribly sorry, but look at this. Doesn't work anymore. Oh, it does actually. I just didn't know how it worked. Japanese ingenuity. This is what the Japanese kids had to play with. No wonder they're so smart. How do you close it though? Jeez, Japanese kids have to be strong though. Well, anyway, I don't want to break it. It's much too valuable, but you see it can close. With the right kind of maneuver. I'm not even gonna try it anymore. You saw that it closed. It can close. It's closed here. It still works. I'm not gonna break it. This is beautiful. And it fits exactly where it's supposed to be. Just like the command center, if I can get it out. Isn't this fabulous? As said, Diablock, Kawada, lock blocks, not the greatest in creating the most exciting little dolls, little puppets, but still quite amazing. And it is all, of course, doesn't matter at all when you see this dome. No other Lego brand has a dome like this. Very inventive, very cool. Not very practical because once they're in, they're in. But then again, as we said, they're not so exciting. So once they're in, they're in. We can forget about it and enjoy the beautiful, beautiful dome. Fantastic. And it fits exactly where it's supposed to be. Same for the helicopter rotor. As we said, there are helicopters in space. If you didn't know, now you know. And it works. Fantastic. The base plates all neatly tied up in here. The radar systems. This marketing. They don't need their separate special place. That's marketing. But fine. If you have the space, use it. Very nice. And here you can put the little loose spots. Very nice. Diablock lock blocks, kind of famous for this. The rotating parts. I also have a merry-go-rounds with movable cups and saucers just like you have in Disneyland. Rotating clockwise and the cups and saucers anti-clockwise as you pull it. Quite ingenious. It's like Lego and Lego Technic in the same set, and I guess those were their rules. I'm sorry, I'm already slightly drunk, but how can I not be after getting such a big find? slurring my words, but still bringing you the truth about space. And this is the space helicopter. It will not win a prize for elegance, for sure not, but it will definitely win a prize for coolness and retro ability. And very nice detail, even though it looks like shoo, it has a very nice rounded back. Everything else doesn't look very fancy or very smooth, but here they make the effort to make it smooth. And the details, look, he has a real radar screen. Very, very, very nice. Space helicopter, who knew? But now we know. This looks a little bit more like something from Star Wars, and this is definitely something we can relate to. A red-nosed spaceship, fantastic, with beautiful rockets, beautiful rockets, and somehow they managed to integrate a spy satellite aircraft with a rocket launching aircraft. And then again here I said the influence of Tenter with the wheels. Very big problem usually. It only takes one hot summer on the loft to make them very sticky, very nasty. But so far I feel these are very well preserved. Climatized. It's not the most beautiful jet I've ever seen, but for retro ability, I'd say it's wonderful. And here we have a beautiful space car with a terrible spaceman. I'm going to show you why Diablock is not really... It's got a cute face though, let's say it like this. Very friendly face. Somehow the eyebrows, very nice. Yeah. The stickers probably didn't hold all the way from the 1970s until 2025. That's why some clever kid put a tape on it to still make clear that this guy belongs to Space Command. I'll put him back in his car and leave him here for now. And the last car that we have, I'm just calling it a car. It's a space module. It's got a red light on it. You know it's remote controlled. It looks like a little animal with the two eyes. Maybe it is. Maybe this is what they were hunting. Maybe this is the alien. I didn't delve into the storyline. I'm just showing you how beautiful this is. And what is this? Oh. Look at these pieces. Quite unique. Quite useless, but quite unique. A beautiful, fantastic set by Kawada. And just for our education of the Japanese development on the Lego front. I'm presuming this is Japanese. I could be wrong. This could have been exported to Taiwan. This could be Taiwanese. Actually, yeah. Looks more Indian maybe. Who knows? It's for another lecture. It's for another podcast. Comment. Is this Japanese or what? Is this sugar bread or what? Are helicopters allowed in space or what? I don't know. I'm just showing you this beautiful set, okay? Actually, don't comment. I'm not reading it. This you have to see. This looks like a 1980s brochure of all the special items that you could order separately from Lego. Me and my sister used to go to a little mom and pop shop and we'd say, yeah, we're just going in the back to check out some Lego. We used to clean them out, steal them blind. They had no clue. Anything we needed, we could take there. Yeah, I'm not saying it was right. We felt bad about it, but when we needed some extra equipment, this was the list, and they had it all in the back. And it just let us roam around, pick what we need, pay what we wanted, which was maybe 10% of what we took. Everybody happy. But Kawada has all their items registered, color coded before you even start. Fantastic. I might have to edit that part out. I'm not sure what the statute of limitations is. Anyway, my sister did most of the stealing. Doesn't this remind you of Tente? Everybody, not only me and my sister, but everybody was stealing from each other. But big companies, they call it copying. Copycat. Hitachi. These are the instructions, and this is the easy part. And here you get into the more complicated part. Everything color coded. I don't know if the Japanese kids were like European kids, just looking at, okay, this is what I got, and I'm just gonna add all the blue and white things now. Or if they really followed all the color coded instructions, Kanban, continuous improvement. Fantastic. Nice details, very unique. Makes the crossover to, let's say, Playmobil, Play OK. Different types of building and playing sets. By no means, again, very Tente-esque. By no means it was determined or decided what the standard would be. So in the 1950s and 60s and even 1970s, all the different competitors or how do you say that word in English? If you are working together, what's that word? Colleagues. Competitors and colleagues in the business were trying different things, trying to make their sets unique and appealing. Again, with these kind of dolls, you're most certainly going to lose, of course. I'm calling them dolls. You can say minifigures, whatever. But with a set like this, if you're in the 1960s or 70s and you don't have Star Wars and He-Man yet, this is really kind of amazing, regardless of how stupid the dolls are. I'm sorry, Kawada, I really don't like your dolls, because they ain't got no legs. You all give us multiple handicapped space dolls. Maybe they were sent into space because of that reason.